Hey folks, I want to take a minute today to discuss some of our strategies that I've learned over the years and am always kind of perfecting on a day-to-day basis, and that is the difference in wading or fishing, simply fishing for that matter, in the cleaner water. You know, that like if you're standing thigh deep and you can kind of make out the top of your foot, or you're standing thigh deep or knee deep, and it's gin clear, you know, what we call bathtub clean. I want to have a discussion today about how we fish that water scenario, that water color. I've talked in videos past about how it takes a different approach. It takes a slower wade, kind of a more methodical type wade to be successful in that real clean water. But today what I want to talk about is the types of baits that we throw in that water. And most of y'all know that I primarily throw all my soft plastics are down south lures, and rightfully so. I mean, they're a great bait. They're built well. They hold up to a lot of fish. Again, it's the bait of choice for me. Okay, but what I want to key in on is, so I have two different baits here. Okay, these are both DSL's supermodels. They're the Magic Grass color, and one of them, obviously you can see, has a chartreuse tail, and the other one is what he calls his pure baits. They're straight color all the way through the tail, no chartreuse. Okay, now what I want to discuss is my opinion, my thoughts, what we see on a daily basis, what we've talked with clients about as far as the chartreuse tail. Is it an advantage or disadvantage in that clean water? And in my opinion, I don't like it. I don't like the chartreuse tail in that bathtub clean, semi-clear water. I like baits of a more natural look, okay? Again, this pure bait. Straight color, whatever color, whether it's chicken of the sea, whether it's the Magic Grass, white ice, purple rain, anything like that, it's a pure color, okay? It doesn't have the tipped chartreuse tail. I tend to think that these baits with the chartreuse tail spook fish, okay? I just a feeling of mine, an instinct of mine, under certain scenarios. I think it tends to make fish shy away from our lure, okay? Now, there is a time and a place for chartreuse. There's a time and a place where I throw chartreuse tails, but that's towards the dirtier color spectrum of water. More, the sandy green or sandy brown colored water is typically where I'll throw that bait, But people ask all the time, well, man, we throw chartreuse tails in green water and we do catch fish. And I agree with you, you can catch fish on them in the clean water. But I have found more success throwing pure colors or simply pulling the darn tail off of the bait, making it like a big sand eel, and catching more fish in that scenario, okay? And that leads to the discussion also is, well, man, you get those little pecks and those little bites on those chartreuse tails, and you're getting hits almost every cast. I will tend to argue with you that those little pecks and thumps on those chartreuse tails, and when you get your tail bit off, it's not a predator fish. It's not a trout or a redfish, being that, yes, they're probably juvenile, but that's more your pin perch, your pin fish that are doing that. And so I challenge you maybe to take a look at it the next time you're out there and try a pure bait. Try a bait that doesn't have the chartreuse tip or the chartreuse tail on it, and throw something that's more like DSL calls them, the more pure baits with the color all the way through them. And I think that you'll find more strikes, more true strikes than the little pecks and the ticks that you get when, you know, you're in that scenario and you got the bait fish around. So like I said, just something that I wanted to share with y'all, something that we see regularly. I mean, we tend to fish a lot of clean water, a lot of clear water. So check it out, try it out, and see what you think. But anyways, y'all have a good one. Be safe this weekend. Looks like we're kind of between fronts. You know, we had one roll in the other day. Got another one coming, I think, late Sunday night. If the wind will cooperate, should be a pretty good bite this weekend, you know, kind of post-frontal, but also pre-frontal. So y'all take it easy this weekend. Be safe out there on the water, and remember to release them when you can. Thanks.